This is your news source evening bulletin for today, Tuesday, the 17th day of March in the year 2026. I'm Gordon Mosley reporting, and here is what we're tracking tonight. Tempers flared today as the police and court marshals clashed with residents and farmers as they moved in to clear a disputed area within the village of Friendship on the east bank of the Marara on the orders of the court. The land is reportedly owned by Rosel de Leon Investments, but according to the residents and farmers, they have been occupying the lands for more than 20 years. Armed with the order of the court, a number of court marshals and the police moved into the area as workmen linked to the owner of the property dismantled and broke down the small homes on the land and other structures.
That a letter that we have been, I cannot say we've been served a letter, because this letter was just dropped on our doorstep by our gate and our fence, being stick saying that we have to evacuate this place within 7 days. Now the marshal and the police force are here enforcing a court law saying that we have to come off of this place. This is unfair to us.
One resident, 26-year-old Nigel Johnson, told reporters that he grew up in the area and he has now been told that he has to relocate. He said the residents are being treated unfairly, with nothing being put in place for them. He explained that they were all given just 7 days to pack up and move from the lands that they have been occupying for more than 20 years.
This affected me very much. These people throw all the things them outside, breaking down the door, breaking down, rebuilding them, right? The lion house there, he filing an injunction, stopping this thing, right? Trying to forget these people. Trying to forget these people for hold on until for the lion get to come. Them ain't stopping, you know. And people pulling crowbar on me, for beat me with crowbar just because me talking or trying to defend. I ain't got a weapon.
Another resident said he was given permission to set up shop on a piece of the land. And after investing his money to prepare the land, he said he's now being ordered to vacate it.
I got family for mine, I got family for maintain. Half of this. I got children for sent to school. You know, how these people need me for sending children to school. How these people need me for obtain myself. Once they don't want to tell me for the work on the road for going to do.
The man said he and his family have invested in the area over the years and now they are unsure of their next step. But while the residents are crying foul, Director of Rosel de Leon Investments, Junior Rutherford, said the company is simply taking possession of its property. According to Rutherford, Rosel de Leon Investments purchased 2 parcels of the land from Elaine Adams many years ago.
We bought this land from Miss Elaine Adams. Miss Elaine Adams is the person we took our hard-earned money, we spent, and we purchased the property from Elaine Adams.
Pointing to copies of the titles, Rutherford explained that while a sale agreement was executed many years ago, it was not until April of 2022 that the properties were transferred to the company.
But on this title, it was transferred. We received title of this land. It's date right here, April 22nd, 2022. That's when we received.
He said contrary to reports, the company is not taking advantage of the residents, but is simply laying claim to its property with the orders of the court. More news coming up in just a moment.
It all starts with one. Maybe it's one look, you know the one, or one touch, even one word. It can start with one step, or one promise, one thrill, one first time, one deep breath, one leap of faith, one day to remember, or one night to forget. One moment, so many stories that make up one crazy, average, everyday, fabulous life. We get one life, just one. Make your move. It all starts with one.
Dead the horse with Bowser.
This is your time.
Yeah, but we didn't get all we needed last Christmas, and now we can.
Republic Bank Cash Bonanza.
Let's renovate our home and purchase appliances.
And plan a trip with the kids.
Or buy a new car.
Republic Bank Cash Bonanza. Same day approvals. Apply in person or safely online. Plus a chance to win lots of prizes. This is your time to get what you need. Republic Bank Cash Bonanza.
What time is it? Teddy Bear Sundays presents Respectfully Yours.
Like this is respectfully yours.
Who's in the building? DJ Aquilo birthday celebrations Saturday, March 21st at Royal Lounge, Chinese Mall, Georgetown. Entertainment by Super Ray, one-man band. Selector Big Papa, DJ Denzel, Father Moe, Gully Raz, and Moose. Lots of teddy bears, giveaways, and much more. So remember, it's the girls' teddy bear DJ Aquilo birthday party. Saturday, March 21st at Royal Lounge, Chinese Mall, Georgetown.
Like this is respectfully yours. Don't be in a party. We are the
We finance everything with Courts Ready Finance. From educational expenses and those unplanned emergencies. Get it done with financing through Courts Ready Finance. All you need to apply is a valid ID, proof of income, proof of address, and 2 references. Get quick approval and flexible monthly installments, plus credit protection insurance. Apply in store or online at courts.com. Courts Ready Finance. Ready when you are. Conditions apply.
Guyana's oil and gas industry is creating more than energy. It's creating opportunity. Nearly 1/3 of the over 6,000 Guyanese employed in the sector hold professional positions, with many more working in technical and associate professional roles. This covers supply chain management, engineering, finance, and procurement. That means Guyanese skills are shaping Guyana's future. And with over 1,600 more jobs expected in the coming years, now is the time to step forward. The oil and gas sector needs more Guyanese skills, ideas, and ambition. Get trained, get certified, get involved. The future of Guyana's energy sector starts with you.
A total of 6 new judges and 5 land court judges are expected to be appointed sooner, having gained the approval of the Judicial Service Commission. News source understands that at least 2 current magistrates are among the new judges who have received appointment offers after their successful application. The other persons to be appointed include a senior official of the court registry and another senior official of the deeds registry. Meanwhile, 2 magistrates are also among the 5 persons to be appointed as land court judges. The Judicial Service Commission is expected to announce the appointments in the coming days, with the swearing in of the new judges likely to follow just after. The Judicial Service Commission has been moving to fill a number of vacancies in the court system. With the appointments to be made, a number of vacancies will be created in the magistracy, and that comes at a time when the new courts are being opened in various parts of the country. In the mining sector now, Avalon Gold Exploration Incorporated, the company which has been exploring under the Omai prospecting license for the past 5 years, has announced that it estimates that there is some 6.5 million ounces of gold at the former Omai gold mine site in Region 7. In a release today, the company said its exploration and development activities at the Omai Gold Project continue to deliver promising results as it advances plans to establish a large-scale, long-life gold mining operation at the historic site. The company also said over the last 5 years, it has completed more than 80,000 meters of drilling, supported by extensive airborne and ground geophysical surveys and technical studies. The company is continuing detailed drilling with 50,000 meters planned for this year, along with engineering work to further define the mineral resources and advance the project toward the next stages of development. Current estimates place combined indicated and inferred gold resources at approximately 6.5 million ounces, the company said. According to the company, much of the identified mineralization occurs in fresh rock beneath the surface saprolite layer that was mined during the original Omai operation. It explained that extracting gold from the deeper material will involve modern processing methods, including crushing, grinding, and advanced recovery techniques. Exploration efforts are primarily focused on two major deposits within the property, the Wenat and the Gillette deposits. The company noted that it has completed work on a preliminary economic assessment, with results expected in the second quarter of this year. The study will provide updated technical and economic insights. It was also noted that the company held public consultation meetings in a number of locations, including at Linden, 58 Mile, Georgetown, and Mahdia, with the aim of providing an opportunity for residents and stakeholders to learn more about the project and share their perspectives. The former Omai mine remains the largest gold-producing area in Guyana's history. During its years of operation, Omai held the distinction of being the largest primary gold producer in South America. From 1993 to 2005, the mine produced approximately 3.7 million ounces of gold, playing a significant role in Guyana's economic development. In a unanimous decision this afternoon, the Court of Appeal dismissed the appeal that was filed by the Mohammeds in one of their extradition matters, which claimed bias by the Home Affairs Minister over the issuance of the authority to proceed with the extradition matter. The court found that the minister was carrying out one of the functions of her office, and there was therefore no issue of bias. The father and son had challenged the High Court's decision on the issue of political bias. The Court of Appeal found that the appeal lacked merit. Acting Chancellor Roxanne George, in delivering the ruling of the court, said there was no evidence that the provisions of the Fugitive Offenders Act regarding the issuance of the authority to proceed were not followed. She said there was also no evidence to suggest that the Home Affairs Minister did not follow the requirements under the Act. The court, she said, holds that in the context of the Fugitive Offenders Act, in deciding whether to issue the ATP, which is the authority to proceed, the minister exercised an administrative function, more so as there is no need for the subject of the request to be heard in relation to whether the ATP should be issued. She said, therefore, on the facts of the case, bias does not arise, and it is not a case of the minister having to make a decision between two competing parties or competing positions once the statutory provisions have been met. The Mohammeds, through their attorneys, had argued also that both the Minister of Home Affairs and the Attorney General made negative remarks against them during the last election campaign, and were therefore biased against them in their handling of the extradition matter. The court ruled that the Fugitive Offenders Act does not require the minister to consider external issues not provided for in the legislation. The court said it would be a dereliction of duty in the minister to consider an extraneous matter in relation to what was or might have been said during election campaigning in deciding whether or not to issue that ATP. The court said the Fugitive Offenders Act does not provide the minister to consider any other issue as she deems fit. Acting Chancellor George said similarly, the evidence suggests that the Attorney General Anil Nandlal provided advice to the Home Affairs Minister on a point of law and in keeping with his functions and responsibilities. She said there is no evidence to support a finding that such advice could be tainted with bias. The appellants had also argued that both the Minister of Home Affairs and the Attorney General ought to have delegated their functions to others in light of the perceived bias, but the court said they failed to indicate to whom. The acting chancellor said the submissions by the appellants regarding the delegation of the minister's powers lacked merit. She said there was and is no need for the delegation of powers of the minister under the Fugitive Offenders Act. The appellants have since signaled their intention to appeal the ruling of the Court of Appeal all the way to the level of the Caribbean Court of Justice.
Don't use non-recommended or unsafe regulators. They do not connect securely to massy gas cylinders, and gas can escape whether the regulator is switched on or off.
Team Extra presents its annual Easter Sunday Creek Explosion, performing live from Jamaica, Javinci. Granny Ivy and JJ Vibes. Music by DJ Bobby Cush, DJ Papa Feelings, DJ Magnum, DJ Garwin, David Hype, and Janus. Girls Dance Off Competition first prize $50,000, second prize $30,000, and third prize $20,000 at Azeza Akusa Creek outside Splashman's on 5th April, Easter Sunday. Early birds. Ticket $3,000. Tickets location White Castle Fish Shop, Fireside Suites, Just Your Size Boutique, HJ Box Office, Short Boss Boutique, and Team Extra Stabroek Market. Compliments of Fireside, Grill and Chill, Extra Ginger Ale, and Tsar Lager Beer. Be a leader. Be a leader. Be a leader.
Dead the horse with Bowser.
This is your time.
Yeah, but we didn't get all we needed last Christmas, and now we can.
Republic Bank Cash Bonanza.
Let's renovate our home and purchase appliances.
And plan a trip with the kids.
Or buy a new car.
Republic Bank Cash Bonanza. Same day approvals. Apply in person or safely online. Plus a chance to win lots of prizes. This is your time to get what you need. Republic Bank Cash Bonanza.
Washi. Hi people. Washing made so easy since I found Washi. Washing me use wash me clothes and I can say Washi soap powder wash clothes so nice. Washi soap powder leave your clothes color bright. Washi soap powder leave me clothes smelling nice, of course. So give thanks for Washi soap powder for doing my laundry right. Keep my clothes color bright. Have my clothes smelling nice for sure. I could not ask for more. Comes in lemon and original. It is a washing machine in a pack. Washi soap powder wash clothes so nice. Washi soap powder leave your clothes color bright. Washi soap powder have my clothes smelling nice, of course.
Distributors located in the Stabroek Market.
Your business is built on hard work, vision, and the drive to succeed. At GBTI, we understand what it takes to grow. That's why we offer Grow, a small business service designed to help your business expand, adapt, and reach its full potential. From new opportunities to new milestones, we're here to support you every step of the way. Grow from GBTI. Progress starts here.
President Irfan Ali has issued a call for a wider collaboration between the government, civil society, and the religious community to tackle the issue of criminality in Guyana, especially among young people. The president delivered an address at the opening of the annual Senior Officers Conference of the Guyana Prison Service and said Guyana and the wider region are faced with a pandemic of gangs in secondary schools, which, if not tackled head-on, can create serious challenges for the region's security and the prison system of various countries. President Ali said it is time that the region grab the bull by the horn and get into the secondary schools to arrest the situation before it becomes out of hand. He said the move must be viewed in a broader context of a prison avoidance strategy.
We have a pandemic of gangs in the secondary schools across the region now. across the region. Let's not shy away from it. We have to get into those schools. We have to get into those communities. We have to get into those homes. If we can bring the religious community and civil society as part of this movement and identify all the at-risk homes in a community, the broken homes in a community, identify communities with stigma. If we can do all of this, we will be able to address this challenge at the root cause.
The president said the prison service in Guyana and the region must be technologically and scientifically driven so that it can also play a central role in society.
I would like to see the prison service, every prison service in our region, develop a data-driven behavioral model. I would like to see the data on the prison population in every single country. What type of music they prefer, which artists they prefer, why they prefer it. These are important pieces of data because music is our culture in the region.
It was also noted that the Guyana Prison Service, along with the Guyana Police Force and the Guyana Defense Force, forms a critical part of the country's security framework and must therefore actively contribute to shaping safer communities.
In doing all of this, we have to start looking at the redefined role of civil society, the religious community, the education system, inspirational group, development groups, influencers. We have to look at that. And we have to integrate these systems and organizations into the overall architecture.
President Ali acknowledged that the approach to the prison service has been fragmented and segmented, which he said needs to change. He also said an effective prison service should include other stakeholders in law enforcement and the local judiciary.
We have to be able to integrate the two in developing a prison service that is modern, effective, and efficient. Therefore, from this perspective and that of public accountability, this conference provides an opportunity to set the record straight. It allows us to highlight the tremendous work being done every day by dedicated officers across the system.
The Guyana Prison Officers Conference has brought together prison officials from Guyana and other countries in the region. As the extradition hearing for the U.S. indicted businessmen Nazar and Azruddin Mohammed continued today in the Magistrates Court, Ministry of Foreign Affairs Permanent Secretary Sharon Rupchan disclosed that an incorrect entry was recorded in one of the two incoming correspondence books, sections of which have been admitted into evidence. The entry indicates that the government of Guyana, through the Office of the Permanent Secretary, the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, received extradition documents from the U.S. on the 29th of October 2025. But Rupchan told the court that no such documents were received on that date. According to her, it was an error. Throughout her testimony, Rupchan maintained that the extradition request from the U.S. Embassy was received on the night of October 30, and additional documents were received on the 26th of November. However, as he scrutinized section of the Office of the Permanent Secretary, Ministry of Foreign Affairs incoming correspondence books, Defense Attorney Roysdale Ford pointed the court's attention to the 29th of October. He invited Rupchan to review the section dated October 29, 2025. Rupchan confirmed that the subject was listed as extradition documents, but she was quick to indicate that no such documents were received by her office on that date. On the further cross-examination, Rupchan also admitted that the entries made on the 30th of October and the 31st were not chronological order. And it was then that she explained that while the extradition request from the U.S. was received on the night of the 30th of October, it was not until the 31st of October that an entry was made into the book by her staff. According to her, by the time the entry was made, the recording of the receipt of the extradition request or the entries had already been made. Outside the courtroom, Ford told reporters that the evidence presented in court today support the contention that Rupchan's testimony is flawed.
The documents indicated that the material that she said that she received were not properly recorded both on the 26th of November and the 30th of October. They also revealed that there were multiple entries. The entries were not made to reflect any consistent pattern with the evidence given by the Permanent Secretary. They revealed that there were entries made after things would have occurred, after conversations would have taken place. So we were trying to bring to the court's attention the unreliability of what has been said.
According to him, there is no evidence before the court which suggests that the extradition documents from the U.S. were properly received by the government through the Permanent Secretary's office in the Ministry of Foreign Affairs.
There's nothing to indicate in the books that these documents were ever received. And we have other concerns which will arise further in the cross-examinations and in relation to the other witnesses. But up to now, there's nothing to indicate, nothing in writing, to indicate who brought these documents, the time they were received, what exactly was received, when any proper notes were made. So we believe up to now that there's no evidence that these documents were even properly presented to the government of Guyana for the purposes of consideration of the extradition proceeding.
But Special Prosecutor Glenn Hanneman brushed aside the defense's contention as he maintained that all evidence is before the court.
They have stated that their case is that, as I understand it, that their case is that the Ministry of Foreign Affairs did not receive extradition documents from the USA. The very documents that are already in evidence, I find it mind-boggling that they could actually have a position like that.
Hanneman today said at the pace at which the case is currently proceeding, it could take months before it concludes. An attorney for PNC Reform leader Aubrey Norton has written to the General Secretary of the Wind Party, Member of Parliament Odessa Primus, threatening legal action if she does not apologize over an alleged defamatory statement she made against Mr. Norton on her Facebook page and pay him $500,000 in compensation. In a letter to Ms. Primus, attorney Dexter Smart stated that on the 30th of January 2026, on her personal Facebook page, Primus falsely and maliciously published a statement with certain claims against Mr. Norton, including a statement that he received and accepted monies from the Vice President of Guyana, Barrett Jagdeo. Norton has denied the claims made by Primus and has stated that the statement has harmed his good name and reputation and has also affected his employment prospects, especially in the field of academia. The attorney said Norton has also suffered irreparable damage to his name and his political career because of the statement made by Primus. Attorney Smart said the statement by Primus amounts to defamation since the allegations, according to him, are false. He has given Primus an ultimatum of 24 hours to remove the offending statement from her Facebook page, issue a public apology, and pay compensation of $500,000 to Mr. Norton. The attorney said her failure to meet the request will result in legal action being filed. In response this afternoon, MP Primus said there will be no apology and no money handed over. Her attorney, Husey Anderson, said that the Member of Parliament has retained him to respond to that letter from the attorney of Mr. Norton. Attorney Husey Anderson said he has seen the alleged defamatory publication of the 30th of January, and the only sentence that can remotely be pregnant with the meaning that the client imputed in his sentence was that she said, "Tell your people who collecting Barrett money." The attorney questioned whether his client Odessa Primus said in the question that Aubrey Norton collected money from the vice president. The attorney also questioned whether Ms. Primus identified who the Barrett was. The attorney said critically, it is also not patently obvious that she is, in her statement, calling for accountability and transparency. That is, publicly declaring who are the beneficiaries of Barrett, the person or the state.
Guyana, are you ready? Oh Lord! This Easter Sunday, April 5th, the original Big People Party is back, and it's better than ever. This year, we're turning up with big vibes at the Guyana National Stadium. Introducing your headliner, performing live, the one, the only, Farmer Nappy.
I want to go Big People Party, make the music take over me. I want to jump up all day, all night, I want to wind up all day. How I live it.
Event ever for Easter 2026. Grown Vibes, Premium Energy, Real Celebration, hosted by DJ Aquilo and Killa Milla, and powered by the best one-man bands. Early bird tickets are available now. General admission $4,000, VIP $15,000. Get yours online at hjexperience.com or at official ticketing outlets nationwide. Don't you wait, be there.
How it look, the girls? You girls out there, how it look? It fry very crispy and nice, right?
The original Big People Party, Easter Sunday, April 5th at the Guyana National Stadium.
This event is brought to you by Hits and Jabs Entertainment, Marvelous Entertainment, and GD Events.
The bigger the better
edition.
Big People Party!
Oh, I did my job! Welcome to Churches New Amsterdam.
20 years of churches, chickens, you and us, and there is nothing missing. So many friends and strangers pass through our doors, and they always come back for more. Feel the love. Guyana, the love keeps growing, and we thankful for the support you are showing. We got so many locations and much more to come. It's gratitude and celebration. Can you feel the love? 20 years of churches, chickens, you and us, and there is nothing missing. So many friends and strangers pass through our doors, and they always come back for more. Feel the love.
Guyana, up your cash! Over 100 winners! More than $2.5 million in cash and prizes up for grabs. Win cash every week. Plus a chance to up your cash to $500,000. And that's not all. Win back your grocery bill up to $20,000 cash every week. Just grab any Buster Turbo Energy Drink, Fruitopia, Oasis flavored water, Fruita, or Viva Sparkling flavored water. Look for the code starting with BB, then visit at Buster Guyana on Facebook or Instagram for details. Up your cash today.
Your business is built on hard work, vision, and the drive to succeed. At GBTI, we understand what it takes to grow. That's why we offer Grow, a small business service designed to help your business expand, adapt, and reach its full potential. From new opportunities to new milestones, we're here to support you every step of the way. Grow from GBTI. Progress starts here.
Rapidly transforming, and we're all part of it. Guyoil is at the forefront of this development by providing reliable and efficient energy and supporting community development from the very core. 100% of Guyoil's profit goes back to building schools, roads, and other important infrastructure that connects our cities and towns, providing fuel to domestic, marine, industrial, and aerial transportation. Guyoil has now repositioned itself as a market leader in the petroleum industry, building a better future.
Feel spice power in every sip.
With your regional and international news tonight, I am Svetlana Marshall in the region. The charred remains of 27 people were found in Colombia after bombings near the border with Ecuador, Colombian President Gustavo Petro said on Tuesday, as his Ecuadorian counterpart Daniel Noboa said his country bombed drug traffickers in its own territory. Petro said Colombian security forces were not responsible, but gave no further information about the bodies. In a post on X, Petro said he did not give that order after suggesting on Monday night that Ecuador had bombed Colombian territory. Noboa said the bombed locations were hideouts for mostly Colombian narco-terrorism groups. Ecuador launched operations on Sunday night against criminal gangs in 4 provinces, as well as the border, but has not reported on operations at the border. Ecuador has said its anti-drug trafficking operations are supported by allied countries, including the United States. Chile's government has ordered a blanket spending cut of nearly $4 billion as part of a plan to improve public finances and safeguard social benefits over the medium term, according to a document seen by Reuters on Tuesday. In a March 13 memo to the public sector, the Budget Office said the first part of the plan includes a $3 billion reduction in the 2026 spending ceiling, in addition to another cut announced by the previous administration to reduce gross spending by $800 million. According to the document, the government will implement a fiscal adjustment plan, with the first phase to be carried out in March 2026. It said only this way it can restore sustainability of the public finances, safeguard social benefits over the medium term, and free up resources to respond to emergencies. It said the main areas of focus are combating abuses and bad practices and improving spending efficiency, in line with the president's pledge to conduct audits across government after taking office last week. And finally tonight, international news. President Donald Trump on Tuesday said the United States had been informed by most of its NATO allies that they did not want to get involved with the country's military operation in Iran, a move he described as very foolish. But Trump gave no indication that he plans to punish NATO allies for taking that stance, as he took questions from reporters in the Oval Office during the St. Patrick's Day visit of Irish Prime Minister Michael Martin. Trump said NATO countries were supportive of the joint U.S.-Israeli war, which has now entered its 3rd week, even as they did not want to get involved. Asked to whether he would retaliate against NATO allies for holding back, Trump said he had nothing currently in mind. The president in the past has threatened to withdraw the United States from NATO, but did not bring up that on Tuesday. And that's your News Source Evening Bulletin for tonight. I'm Svetlana Marshall, wishing you a pleasant evening.